notification. You
Oh,
started
look at
a
that
live
bus,
video.
started a live video. They did
Nice.
tell you.
All right.
There's one person watching.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
Hey, I got one person watching too.
All right, we got them both going.
Oh, we all fit better in your screen, Wes.
You
Here,
can-
scooch on in here.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Oh.
hey.
Hey, everybody.
I'll get my phone out to look at comments.
I don't have anyone on mine anymore. They
Oh.
they left. They're like, oh, these.
We got 11 people watching on mine.
Hey.
Thanks. Look at that bus followers. I got good followers. They tune in.
Good job.
I'm here at my shop. This is Chrome Yellow behind me, and I'm with Alyssa, aka Regretless,
Yep.
on YouTube and Instagram. And this guy is Wes. Look at all these people waving and hearting us. And if you don't know Wes, he's got a shop in Wichita that doesn't quite have a name yet, but he's like a roof raised pioneer.
Legend.
Bus guru, perhaps.
Transcend Existence.
Yeah,
you
so
guys might know
Transcend
him.
Existence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
that's his guy. Wow, I got great. I got 12 followers
You're
right
doing
now.
great. I got 7.
Oh, nice. All
hey,
right.
Hey, 7.
So do you guys have any questions?
So we're doing live on YouTube on my phone on YouTube and live on Instagram on Charlie's.
That's right. Hey, Crowned in Style. Nice. You guys have a great bus. They're telling you to scoot over, bud.
Scoot over, bud.
Yeah. Should I go landscape on mine?
I don't know if it'll work
Does
on
it
you
do
on
that way?
on Instagram.
Okay.
Instagrams.
Yeah, I don't know how this all works.
But yeah,
Happy Saturday.
for my audience, I came up here yesterday to hang out at Chrome Yellow with Alyssa and Charlie here, and Ben's over there doing some work on his bus.
He's working.
So yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, we're just gonna hang out for a bit, do some shop talk.
I see a question.
Let's
you
answer
got?
it.
What do we got? What?
I'm obsessed with building a bus. What's the hardest part of building?
Well, I bet we each have our own take on that. The hardest part of building. I think sometimes it's everything that you do in a bus is going to be a compromise because you have limited space and sometimes competing needs that you're trying to meet without infinite space to do it. So if I were to say what's the hardest part, I think sometimes it's just nailing down what you're actually going to do with the bus and what you're not going to do with the bus.
Deciding on what you're gonna do and not do for sure.
Yeah. Is that your answer too?
That I was gonna say that's pretty much it. It's like you got to make a final decision eventually, and there's so many variables that you can do, so it's hard to make those final decisions.
Yeah.
because the sky's the limit, pretty much.
Yeah.
This guy's the limit.
Nice.
Alyssa, what's the hardest part about building a bus?
Yeah, Alyssa's been building this blue bus back here.
Yeah.
It's back up here at Chrome Yellow for my guys. I did the roof raise on this for Alyssa.
Yeah.
Month
We
and a
have
half
that
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Month and a half ago?
Wasn't it that
Was it
long?
that
No, it was more than that.
2 months ago?
At least.
Wow, it is November. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
That was in the summer.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
What's hard? The neighbors? Oh. Neighbors are hard.
Neighbors are hard.
Yeah. We don't have neighbors, which is nice.
Yeah.
Alyssa, what was your answer to that question? Because
Oh.
you're making a bus.
Yeah.
Like
What's been hard for you?
you're
on-
making
on
your bus.
conversion?
Yeah.
I think it can be distinguishing, like, because when I've looked up stuff on the internet, luckily I have you to help me. But looking up stuff on the internet, there can be such contradicting information, and figuring out, like, especially if you're a first timer,
Yeah.
figuring out
What's right?
What's
Who you
right.
should listen to?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of deciphering through
Yeah.
all of that.
That's
the
a tough
internet
one
stuff
for sure.
because there didn't used to be so much information about it online, and now I feel like there's almost too much information.
There's so many experts on the internet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it can be hard to decipher through, and sometimes you just got to do it, try it, and figure it out on your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just do it. That's good advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was a fun question. Nice and open-ended, too, you know? Do we have any other great questions, Alyssa?
What do we got?
I'm just looking
Can you-
at
can you read 'em
Wes's.
on mine?
Yeah. Encourage my thoughts on getting my own bus. Someone just wants encouragement, I guess.
Do it. You won't. You won't.
Do it!
Yeah,
Just
do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But-
won't regret it.
Yeah, buy a good bus, though. Don't buy a cheap I mean, if it's cheap, that's nice, but just buy a good bus. Don't cheap out on the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the quickest way to not have fun,
Yeah.
is to have not a great bus to start with.
And what would you say a great bus is?
Oh,
For
yeah.
people
What's
that
a
don't,
great bus?
For people that don't know.
Yeah. There's like a sweet spot where any bus that's super new anymore is very complicated mechanically. The computers and emission stuff, they're hard to maintain. But, you know, prior to about 2004, buses, even the electronic ones, were still pretty simple. And so I always go for not super new, definitely no rust if you can help it. We're big fans of the Cummins and International engines for the most part. And I like air brakes on a full-size bus.
Absolutely.
But there is no such thing as a good deal on a rusty bus. So no matter how cheap that bus is, if it's rusty, just do yourself a favor and walk away.
Pass it.
There's good buses out there. Yeah.
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 It's worth it to take the time to wait for the right bus.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
engine and transmission combos, what would you say?
So my top picks, engine, transmission, Cummins 5.9 or 8.3, both great engines, either all mechanical or even with a computer, they're good. I also like the International DT 466. And then the transmission, really just anything but the Allison AT 545.
Right.
Which is what you have.
That's what I have. And, you know, man, it's been taking me around the country for the past 4 years with no real issues. Other than
Yeah.
going to Gutted, I had a little scare, but
Yeah.
it got me back home, no problem.
Yeah.
You're a careful owner too.
Yeah, I really
Very
maintain
careful.
everything well.
Yeah.
I know how to drive the thing, so I'm not pushing it too hard.
Right.
Yeah.
There's many variables, I guess, that can fall in place. But
Yeah.
yeah, the MT643 would probably be the transmission for a manual engine.
Yep.
Without any electronics. And one with electronics, probably the 3060.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the other option. So,
Those high-tech transmissions.
yep,
6 gears.
absolutely.
Yeah, no rust buckets, Crown in style.
What else we got?
Oh, these poor folks. You bought a rust bucket and it has a rebuilt 545. Well, keep an eye on it.
Hey, I did the same, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
My bus has been working okay. It was pretty rusty, way more rusty than I would like for sure. But you know, I showed in a lot of my videos how I cut out and fixed a lot of that rust.
Yeah.
And it's been doing fine. So
Yeah, you just work with it.
Good opportunity to practice welding.
absolutely, yeah.
For
What
my
other?
choice of bus,
Yeah.
I thought my thought process was different because I'm a solo woman on the road, right? And I don't have any mechanical experience. So I got the 7.3, which is it's a motor that most mechanics can work on if I need to get work done. So I don't have to go to a special international shop or anything like that. And there's so much information about that motor online on YouTube, so that usually I can pull something up and learn something myself.
Figure it out,
It's
yeah.
so common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's really reliable
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah, for
Don't
sure.
get Charlie started on the 7.3s.
They've got their little issues for sure.
Yeah,
but
they do.
No one's perfect and no
No.
engine is perfect.
No.
It's not. Yeah.
There's always going to be maintenance items you're going to always just have to go back and fix.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Just like with humans too.
People are
Absolutely.
talking about the price of a conversion with the cost of everything going up.
Boy, well, I can tell you at our shop, the wood that we like to use has tripled in price.
Metal too, man.
And metal has gone up an easy 200%.
Yep.
Tough time to be building right now.
Yeah. But also, carpe diem, you know? Get out there and you can find cheap materials places still. It's
Yeah.
possible if you have the time and energy to spend looking for it.
Thrifting, secondhand.
Yeah.
Yeah, reusing materials. as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That gives it the most character too. Like your bus is super cool.
Yeah, it's about 85% repurposed material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives it a really cool style.
And that's something that, you know, so I have a professional shop. So I have to charge people for my time. And so I would love to build with more repurposed stuff on the builds that we do, but then people have to pay me to go find it.
Right.
And so really quickly, they're not saving money anymore. But if you're
Right.
doing your own build,
Exactly.
you can decide what your time is worth, you know, and get out there and find really cool stuff. And honestly, my favorite builds, like Wes's bus inside is so awesome. And I really love the way my bus turned out. And it was because I was working with what I had. Cool, weird materials. They inspire creativity. I think.
Yeah.
They do.
It's It absolutely does. I was going to say it makes creativity a lot more fun because you're using junk that you're turning into something really cool again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's really nice.
What do you got? Someone bought a
1979 Bluebird.
1979.
that must be a gas bus, I bet.
Yeah, probably so.
Woo!
Hydraulic brakes.
Yeah.
Diesels are probably the best for sure.
Yeah.
Unless, some of the little short buses are kind of cool. Gas
Yeah.
powered, like having a 350 in them or something.
Sure.
Those are nice, especially for maybe more in-town local type stuff. If
Yeah.
people just want to build one for local camping and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
they could be really handy.
Hey, my cousin just tuned in.
Cool.
Hey, cousin.
Charlie's cousin. Hey.
What other questions we got here? You're getting good questions from your viewers, Wes.
I got
I need my people
Yeah,
to
it was-
throw me some questions.
I got 25 people on.
Dang.
Of course, I can't see any.
Here,
but
here's
Alyssa's-
yours.
I can't
I
read
got
it.
it.
You got to read it
Okay.
for me.
Yeah, it was gasoline Corvette motor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's an interesting motor. Corvette motor.
Yeah.
It's got an LS6 in it or something.
We don't know.
Who is this?
Is Darcy Klein?
Okay.
Hello, Darcy.
Hey, Darcy.
What do you think of the 8.3? That's an excellent engine. The ISC.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the Allison.
Some would
MD3.
say that's the best engine you can get.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could really argue with them, but it is
You
still
like-
an opinion.
You like the DT466?
I'm an
probably?
international
Yeah.
guy.
I would say for me, the Cummins 8.3 is probably my go-to.
Yeah.
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 For sure.
They're both awesome.
They are. They're good engines.
Someone's
Yeah.
saying which is better, short nose or long nose? Probably dog nose or flat nose. What they
That's
think.
personal preference. I
That
think
is a
lot.
personal preference.
Yeah, just depend on your look. They each have pros and cons, of course. With the flat nose, it feels like you get a little more extra room to
Yep.
build into.
Yep.
But with the dog nose, it's a little bit less. But
Easier to work on.
yeah, easier to work on for
To get
sure.
into the
Because
engine, yeah.
because you just pop that hood up.
Yeah.
Yeah, more of a personal preference, I think. What do you
Oh.
think? Yeah.
Yeah. I like the dog nose thing because it just looks like a bus to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you do give up about 4 feet of interior space.
Yes.
You have a question on yours, Charlie. Thoughts on shuttles?
Thoughts on shuttle buses?
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of shuttle buses. I don't like
Yeah.
the fiberglass. Like,
Because it's all fiberglass.
it's all
There's
fiberglass.
no steel.
So-
Sometimes there's steel, but you can't get to it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to be able to just weld on stuff, bolt on stuff. I mean, I think Wes probably agrees with me on that.
100%.
Yeah.
Fiberglass is an awesome thing to work with. You can
Yeah.
create anything with it.
Yeah,
So I really like.
it's a cool medium.
I hate dealing with fiberglass,
Yeah.
but I love the medium for creativity. But the shuttle buses, I think if you're building a bus, I think a lot of the reason people build buses is because the platform is bulletproof.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a
Exactly.
tank,
Yep.
and you minimize that.
Yeah.
I don't know how many percent, but we go on the fiberglass.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah,
Well, in a bus driving down the highway in the wind versus a shuttle bus driving down the highway in wind.
yeah,
It's pretty
Yeah.
big difference.
yeah.
But you can find them cheaper. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people end up with the
Yeah.
shuttle bus because they're just cheap.
Not to say I haven't seen some pretty darn cool builds
Yeah.
in
There are
shuttle
some
buses
really
for
cool
sure.
shuttles.
But
well, and they're a little wider. They feel wider inside. Are they wider?
I don't
No.
think so.
They
think-
feel wider.
Yeah, maybe for some
Ah.
reason.
You know what's cool about a shuttle bus though is fiberglass is kind of a natural insulator. And I don't know if you've ever really cut up a shuttle bus, but it's fiberglass on the outside and usually like a corrugated cardboard almost material, honeycomb on the inside, and then another layer inside of that. So you kind of do have built-in insulation, which is kind of cool, I guess. It's
kinda.
not really worth it to me, but
Right, kind of a neat fact.
there's some redeeming qualities to them, They're not all
That's a
bad,
good way to put it. Yeah.
Is under the window roof raise getting more popular?
Personally for me, I'm still doing more through the window roof raises than
Sure.
under.
Same.
But I kind of like the under the window roof raise as far as the look because it kind of retains that original bus look. But I personally definitely don't like the bus windows. So
Yeah, so
they're
just take them out.
Yeah,
Especially if you're cutting them out or taking them all out anyway.
Yeah.
The roof raise.
Insulation's your friend in a bus. They're big metal boxes and they get hot as can be. So the more insulation you can put in, less windows, I think, better.
Yeah, I've got one of my more recent Instagram posts. We had a client who really wanted to keep their original bus windows, and I was like, I tried my best to talk him out of it, but I was like, hey, if you know the risks, it's your bus, and like we'll do whatever you want. And 2 years later, he sends me a picture, which is a picture I shared of the mushrooms growing out of his walls because his windows had been leaking into the walls of his bus for, who knows how long, really. Just
Yeah, I saw that.
what was incredible though is because we used spray foam, that moisture never really got to go anywhere. It stuck in the plywood of the wall and it didn't get into the wall cavity, which was cool. So when we tore that all apart, the damage was really limited to just the plywood that we used on the walls.
Yeah.
Free mushrooms.
Chris actually,
Free mushrooms.
he was filling up his water tank and the hose came out and he got some stuff wet in there. And about 3 weeks later, he had a mushroom growing in his bus.
Yeah.
Yep. It was pretty wild.
That's cool though. It makes me feel like buses are participating in the mycological network.
Right,
Right.
Yep.
They're like, no, these people are cool.
Yeah,
They're gonna grow here.
Yep.
That's funny.
What else we got?
Nothing new on yours.
No.
No new questions. You guys have questions?
Post some questions. I got 37 people on, so
Dang.
we got to have some.
You're smoking me. I only got 7 now.
It's not a competition.
Oh, it's not a competition.
That's sweet.
No, I just, I got my good followers. They're
That's
great.
right. Heck yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
That's what it's really about. It's like
Yeah.
the people that are, what do you call it? You can have either 1,000 followers or just your top 100 that always follow you all the time. And that's more important.
Totally. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I got one. Here we go. What's the estimated time from start to finish to complete a bus?
That depends.
Yeah.
Big time.
Can you ever finish?
How motivated
Never
are you?
finished. Yeah.
It took me 9 months to build the bus I lived in most recently, and I was working on it basically full time. It was like probably 20 or 30 hours a week, which is hard to do when you have a job.
Yeah.
But like your approach to your bus was different because you were like collecting materials for a long time, and you took a break and.
Yeah, I collected materials for my bus for about 2 years before I actually started.
Yeah.
I just kind of had the vision. I knew what I wanted it to look like.
Yeah.
And collected materials for that. And then got started on it. And I worked on it. I quit my job, quit everything, sold my home, and worked on it constantly for 1 year pretty much. And then gave it a break for a little while and then got a job again because, of course, I ran out of money.
Yeah.
It happens.
And so then kind of worked on it part-time for about another year. So I got about 2 years or so in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell people a full-size bus with a roof raise is about 800 to 1,000 man hours of labor in our shop. And like we're pretty quick at things, but you can do the math and figure out how long it would take you to dedicate that much time yourself to a build. And if you hire us, well, we're not really for hire anymore, but
you might put that out there.
but if most shops, I think on a full build, you're looking at 6 months minimum. I don't know. You guys are doing those shorties pretty fast.
Yeah, but we're not really doing any for clients or whatever.
Right.
It's more just for
Yeah.
Chris's projects.
So if you're gonna hire someone, it's gonna be multi-months
Yeah,
for sure
For sure.
to get one built.
Yeah.
I'm basically just sticking with the metal fab and roof
Yeah.
raises and stuff like that at my shop for
Yeah.
the time being. We hope to kind of expand as time goes, but
Yeah.
we're still looking for property and
Yeah.
Exciting
all that
things
good
to
stuff.
come.
Yeah,
your
for sure.
shop. Yeah.
I got a question from Crown and Style. They asked how long I've been doing this. I've been doing this professionally for 7 years. How long have you been? You built your first one.
Yeah, I built my first one. I started back in 2012.
Yeah.
When I started on mine, and then I kind of just hit the road after that for a while, and been on the road for about 3 years, full time living and working on roof raises and whatnot. And then had the shop. I've got a shop going now for about a year now, Chris and I. And yeah,
Very cool.
it's been really great.
You got any questions on your end?
Easiest state to register your bus.
Vermont.
Obviously, Vermont is
Yep.
so easy.
Yep.
That's where I registered mine.
Did you? Cool.
Yeah, you don't. So you don't need an address, a Vermont address, to register your vehicle in Vermont.
You don't have
You
to have a
just
place
mail
of
it in.
residence.
No, you don't. But you do, to get insurance in Vermont, you do need a place of residence. But you just get a mailbox. So I have a UPS mailbox, and they use that as my address, Vermont address, and then I got insurance.
So you're still insured up there.
Yeah.
Okay. See, the cool thing is once you get it registered as an RV in Vermont,
Yeah.
you can then take that registration and take it to your local whatever.
Local state,
if
right.
you wanted to change states,
Yeah.
And then it's already registered in RV,
Yeah.
and it's kind of the easy button to get that taken care of.
Yeah, in Vermont to claim, because this was a bus, obviously beforehand, titled. And what you do is you just have to write a note in your application saying, I promise I've changed this to an RV. And it has like a list of things that qualify it to be an RV. And
Right.
it's like 5 out of the 7 things. So it's like, yeah, I promise it has these things. And it'll
Bedroom,
change your
bathroom.
title.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
Yep.
Running water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Toilet.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Some type of kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got any questions?
Oh yeah, I had a question. I said, how hard is it to get a diesel school bus? It's not that hard.
Not hard at all.
Not at all.
There's,
No.
there's
They're all
probably an
over.
auction happening right now. Someone probably just bought a bus. You know, they just won that auction. If I had to guess,
You're right.
you know, like
Oh, absolutely.
um,
People want to live the dream.
yeah. Another question: Do we find the shell usually? We help people find shells, but it's a gamble. You know, like I always tell people, like, you know, usually it's a 15 to 25-year-old vehicle, and I'm happy to help people find them, but there's no guarantees.
Yeah.
And I'm not really in the business of being a used bus salesman, but we were talking yesterday about AAA bus sales down in Arizona
Phoenix.
and Phoenix. And if you're looking for a bus and the thought of an auction makes you feel a little uneasy, just buying something sight unseen, and you want something that has, a little bit more of an inspection, I mean, Tony runs that place, and everybody I know, and Wes and I were just talking, like, everyone's had a good experience with him.
Tony's been great for us.
Yeah.
At our shop, if we need some parts or whatever, we just call him up. He'll send it to us immediately.
Yeah.
He's been awesome, and he knows these buses like the back of his hand. Like,
Yeah.
he knows everything about a bus.
Yeah.
He is a bus guy for sure.
Bus guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Takes
he
one
won't sell a crappy bus. He won't put you in a bus he wouldn't put his own family members in. They do pretty thorough inspections and try to look them over, make sure they're good, solid.
Mhm.
Best of their knowledge.
And I think it's worth, I don't know, the prices have gone up really steeply recently. And so I don't really know
for
like what the
buses, yeah.
market's like and how much more you pay to buy a bus from someone like Tony.
Yeah,
But
someone got a bus from Tony.
yeah,
Yeah, there's some.
good
Yep.
deal.
Cool.
But to me, it's worth the peace of mind if it's an extra, if it's 10 or 15% or 20% more. To get a bus, like, all it takes is one breakdown, and any money you save is just way
Yeah.
out the window.
Right.
And you're bummed. Maybe
Yeah.
you're feeling like quitting bus life because
Yeah, a lot of people have.
you
Just
broke
people
down
that-
on your drive home.
Oh man,
Day you buy your bus, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the day I bought my bus, yeah, the front driver's side wheel bearing went out. There was no oil in it, and of course I didn't know anything about buses.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I thought they're supposed to be packed with grease,
Yeah, no.
and when I popped that cap off, a little bit of oil came out and got on my brand new Chuck Taylors.
No.
and I thought it melted all the grease. I was like, man, the grease turned to oil. But it is oil.
It is
Yeah.
just hub oil.
But yeah, I limped it home for about 7 miles, going about 5 miles an hour the day I bought my bus. So
Got a bunch
Yep.
of questions here.
Oh, nice. All right.
Okay. So can you change the top lights on a bus to white and does that make it street legal, road
yeah,
legal?
you could do that, and
If
it
it's
makes
just
like a
white?
nice floodlight. You can actually they sell clear lenses, so you
Okay.
can pop that lens up and put a clear
Yep.
lens on. Have like a nice little floodlight.
Okay, let's see. Is adding a roof deck recommended? Will you framing up the roof to accommodate 320 watt solar panels as well?
A roof deck for
deck.
so clarification, maybe a roof deck for fun or a solar deck.
I don't know.
So
Adding a roof deck recommended.
I recommend solar panels.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
solar panels.
Yeah.
I
Being-
do
being off
hear
grid
that
state.
some insurance agents in some states won't insure you if you have a roof deck.
Yeah.
Like in
I've heard that
Florida, there's a certain, I don't know what company, but if you have a roof deck, they won't insure you.
too. Yep. That's for real.
So that's a thing to consider.
Yeah. A funny comment from Crown and Style: you could build a bus with a new engine and still break down the first 100 miles.
It's true.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Yeah.
You just never know.
You never know.
Such is life. We
Yeah.
have no
Yeah.
idea what's going to happen in an hour from now.
Yeah. Life on the road isn't good if you crave certainty. I
No,
would say.
No, there's nothing certain about life
No.
on the road.
You have to go with the flow for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And plan not to have a plan because it's going to change even if
Mhm.
you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys prefer front or rear engines?
That's personal preference as well,
Personal
I think.
preference. So
you
there's
know?
not one that's better.
If I'm going flat front, I want the engine in the
Rear.
back.
Absolutely.
It's just easier to work on and it's quieter.
Much quieter. Yep.
Oh yeah, for driving.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
With the dog nose, though, where would you want the engine?
With the dog nose, I like to put it where the hood is.
Yeah.
It's just otherwise it's just empty space.
Good,
you know?
good call.
Good,
Yeah.
but storage, could be a good
Yeah.
luggage bay,
What's interesting though is, if you want a short, full-size bus that's flat front, they're almost always going to be front engine. It's kind of like everyone's dream. You claim to have a 30-foot rear engine bus at your shop.
I'm gonna measure it. I'm gonna measure it.
But
Yeah.
that's the dream, but they just almost don't exist.
Yeah.
And like if you get really short in like the 26-foot range, I've never seen a sub 30-foot.
Like those little
Rear engine.
bookmobiles or whatever.
Yeah.
Those
And those
are
are
so
those are a
fun.
really cool
Yeah,
platform.
they are.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Yeah.
The wheelbase on those like a Chevy pickup truck.
Yeah. And they turn sharper
Yep.
too.
Yep.
I don't know. What am I getting
What
here?
are you getting?
Yeah.
You want to read through yours, Wes?
I can't.
You
You-
can't?
You gotta read
Okay,
them.
so
You're the
we got-
gatekeeper.
I don't have my
Alyssa.
reading. I didn't bring my reading glasses.
We have a 45-foot Monaco diesel pusher.
Oh wow.
If
That's
I-
an RV.
If
Yeah.
I brought it to you guys, could you put in a Kobuck window?
Put in a Kobuck window. Yes, we
Oh,
could.
that little bubble.
The little bubble?
Yeah.
That's so
So
cute.
Chris has a little bubble for a Kobuck, but Kobuck actually never uses it. But
Really?
yeah, we could probably put one of those in there for sure.
You can get those. I don't know where you get them, but we get most of our skylights from a company called Easy Tops Worldwide, and they custom make Lexan bubble
the one
domes
I
and
have.
stuff. Yeah.
The one that I need to give away.
We were gonna put one on Alyssa's bus, but she decided to go with more solar panels.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good call.
Yeah, for
personally.
More power.
Yep, yep.
But they're not super expensive. At least the ones that we found, they're like $150,
Yeah.
They're really cool.
and they're cool and they're really durable.
I'm not even sure where Chris got this one. I
Yeah.
would guess just Amazon probably.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah, you can just Google it,
Yeah.
Oh, how far out in scheduling are you for spray foam, Charlie? Really far.
Really far. So so the bus behind us, which is Alyssa's, and there's another bus right here, which you can see in Wes's video.
You can see Ben.
And Ben's actually working on a Saturday. Those are the last two buses that we're going to be building at this shop. And the future is kind of unknown for us, but we're not accepting new projects or commissions right now. And I think moving forward, it's hard to say what it's going to look like really doing stuff. So yeah, sorry if you were wanting to get a bus built by us. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon,
Right.
It's
unfortunately.
going to be really exciting, though, because these guys finally get to work on their own projects. And
Yeah,
hit
I
the
got to build
road
myself a bus.
Yeah.
Ben's got to build himself a bus.
Yeah, his bus is in the shop
Yeah.
already. It's exciting.
But-
You guys will have to show off your personal bus.
Yeah, we'll do another live someday.
There you go.
But I will be hitting the road this spring.
Very
And I am thinking about doing odd jobs for people. So if you're interested in, getting my help installing a solar system or maybe doing a roof raise, that just sounds like a lot of work these days though. But
You'll enjoy
you know,
it.
yeah,
You'll enjoy it.
it could be
I had
fun.
a great time.
Yeah.
Meet new people out there and just
Yeah.
being on the road, man.
Wes
Yeah.
was on the road for a long time.
Yeah, about 3 years.
Yeah.
It was great.
yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Can you legally tow a vehicle behind a full-length bus?
As far as I know,
Yeah.
I don't know what the length limit is, but I think it's a lot.
Yeah.
People do it all the time.
Yeah. There's
I guess
a
that
lot,
doesn't mean it's legal, but
a lot of people do it. Yeah, that's true. I think it is. I think it's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, people tow. They have 45-foot RVs and they're towing.
They're
vehicles
towing stuff.
Yeah.
behind those. So
Yeah.
They're towing,
there's
like, a
definitely
trailer and-
some legality behind it for sure.
I always recommend people ask me legal questions all the time, and that stuff varies state by state.
Yeah.
You know what? Usually, if you call your state patrol and just ask them, they're happy to tell you. Like, they want you to be in compliance. And if you, like in Colorado, I called and I was like, hey, what do I actually have to do to make it legal for me to have a school bus on the road that's out of service? What do I have to do? And the officer I spoke to was really nice. He's like, it just can't say school on it anywhere, and you have to get rid of the stop sign and the red lights. And that's it. It can still be yellow. Like in some states, you can't be yellow at all,
Right.
Yeah.
for example.
get rid of the upper blinky lights.
Yeah,
Yep.
but get your info straight from the horse's mouth. Don't ask Facebook.
No.
No,
You'll get a
Don't
link
go
to
stop.
there.
Just
Don't go
don't.
anywhere else. Just call the cops. Be like, hey, don't call 911.
No.
Call the non-emergency state patrol number.
The dogs, well, the only dog here is Rio. She's right behind Charlie, sleeping.
Yeah, Bo's got the day off.
Yeah.
The big white dog.
Yep.
Yeah. In case you're just tuning in, because there's sure like you got a lot more people coming on here.
Hey.
We are at my shop, which is Chrome Yellow, and I'm here with Wes Lewis,
Yeah.
Transcend Existence,
Yeah.
and Alyssa Bean, Regretless.
Yeah.
And we're just like, hey, I bet people would want to hang out with
chit-chat.
us, you know?
Yeah.
So we did a live.
We're just chilling at the shop.
Yeah. You got any good questions?
People are just asking where my bus is, and it's right here.
Yeah,
It's
that's,
this one.
This one.
that's the
That's
bus.
it.
Yep. She's here. But we just decided, I think yesterday, that I'm probably going to be going back to Kansas after this. I'm going to be going back to Wes's shop at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll do a little bit more work on your bus.
A little bit
Try to
more work.
Finalize some
Maybe
stuff.
some paint. So
Yeah.
I haven't totally decided on the paint color yet. People are always asking.
You know how I feel about that color.
Yeah, I know. This shop is located in Denver, Colorado.
Yep.
That's where we are.
Chrome yellow.
Chrome yellow.
Oh, thanks, Crowned in Style. I just want to say it's nice to see all three of us.
Aw, hey guys.
Yeah, we were like, it's nice to all be here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
you
Yeah, it's
know?
cool hanging out.
We've never all been
Yeah,
together.
just
Right.
hanging out. We got breakfast this morning,
Mhm.
coffee. Nice.
That's pretty wild how the internet can bring people together, you know,
Yeah.
in this way.
Yeah.
Especially bus builders. Like, it's cool meeting you.
Yeah, totally.
I guess I met you a couple months back or whatever, but we've been following each other
For
forever.
years. You guys
Yeah.
have been
Half a
he-
decade.
Yeah, man.
heavy
More.
hitters in the
Long
game,
time.
and you guys
Long
haven't
time.
met. It's crazy.
Yeah, we never met, so it's real cool hanging out.
The bus community is very cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty small, but
We need to have like a bus builders convention or something.
oh, that could be
You know,
cool.
we could just all sit around and shoot the poop,
That'd be great.
you know, complain about the same stuff together.
Well, if I get some property, man, maybe we can hold an event. You know,
I would love
have
to.
have
That'd
a
be
little
cool.
Gathering or something, you know.
Yeah, I'd love to get Schoolie.com out here and
Yeah.
Yeti Bus.
Absolutely. That'd be
Yeti
great.
There's a
Bus,
lot of good guys
Schoolie.com.
out there, yeah. Check
Hey,
out
guys.
Schoolie.com if you want to buy some cool off-the-shelf parts.
Yeah, great
Super
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. Solutions.
Yeah.
Bus building solutions.
Mm-hmm.
American manufacturing, you know? You definitely look like you're Kansas, but you look like you're from Tennessee because you're the only one at 10 IC. Oh, that's someone trying to hit on me or Alyssa? I'm confused here.
It's cute.
I was like, I thought it was a question, but it was a
funny.
pickup line.
It's a pickup line.
But you started reading it, so
Yeah,
you
I
had to
was too
finish.
late.
You
I
couldn't
was
stop.
committed.
You couldn't stop. Well, thanks for calling me a 10. I really
Yeah, I
appreciate
mean, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you.
Wes is quite the catch over here.
Oh man.
You got any other
No,
good
there's no more
rolling
questions
in?
coming
No,
on Wes's,
no.
but there's a bunch of people.
Throw some more questions.
Yeah, throw some
on, guys.
questions.
How long you guys want to do this for? A
Let's
little longer?
let's
or-
go another 5 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll take it till 3 o'clock.
All right.
Mountain
Okay.
Standard.
All right. Let's do it.
No.
So throw some more questions at us.
Throw some
We'll
questions.
be here for 5 more minutes for your entertainment pleasure.
Yeah.
Best location for the bedroom on a bus?
Best location in the
Probably in the back.
Most people do it in the back. You know, my floor plan's kind of different.
Yours, I really like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
your
got
bathroom's in the back.
I got a bathroom, but the whole reason being because I had a front engine flat nose and I wanted to utilize my back door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I put my bathroom in the very back so I could do that, and then my bedroom just directly in front of the bathroom over my wheel
Yeah.
wells, basically. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I'd say most commonly the rear of the
Mm-hmm.
bus for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, we got a gamer. We got
Oh.
a gamer. Do you think 3K solar and 2K batteries would be enough solar power to be gaming?
Are we talking? That's how much money you're going to spend on it, or that's how
Yeah,
many watts
I
you're
don't
going to
know.
have? I'll tell you. I was talking with Ben. He found out that a PS5 only uses like 85 watts of power when it's on. So,
really?
I mean, but you know, how long are you gaming? You could probably be going for a long time, but
Yeah.
anymore, it's like really we design our solar systems almost exclusively around whether or not someone wants to have a mini split. That's
Yeah.
kind of the deciding factor because
Yeah.
those just use so much juice.
Yeah, you'll pull your watts right there for sure.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that I have a mini split and I'll be able to be off grid.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
on the heating mode, you're pulling, I don't know what the Pioneers go, but I pull 11. I pull about 1100
Yeah.
on heat and
Yeah.
700 on the air conditioning.
Yeah.
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 He pulls way more.
Favorite DC to DC charger?
Oh.
Well, we usually use we only use Victron stuff here,
Yeah.
pretty much, and so the Orion that they make. I like the Orion Smart because you can get in there with Bluetooth and control the settings on that very easily, and they're always updating the firmware and improving the features of it. The only drawback is they're only 30 amps, but you can use more than one, which is pretty cool. There's a company called Sterling, and they make a 70 amp unit, and that's actually what we're putting in Alyssa's bus. That's really more because we just don't have the room to put in like 3 Orions because her bus is not that big.
Right.
And there you go. Mark Anderson, what's up? New uncle. Congratulations, dude. If you have a top deck, can you still incorporate solar panels? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I
For sure.
You won't get as many up there, but yeah,
Yeah.
you absolutely can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Eat up a little space.
People are asking if any of us went to the gutted event.
We were all at
We're
Gutted.
all
We were all there, yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually participated. I was one of
Yeah.
the team members of the bus build at Gutted.
We were just
And,
Wes's cheerleaders.
Yeah, we can't say too much about it because it hasn't aired yet, but yeah, we were there. All 3 of us were there.
I thought
good.
it was really cool. I had never been to an event
Yeah.
like that before.
Make
It was
sure you
very
watch
different.
it when it comes out because,
Yeah.
I mean, all the teams did such an impressive
My
job.
mind was blown.
It was super cool.
I'm biased. The school bus was really cool.
The school bus
I'm
is
biased.
really cool. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time. We worked our butts off and produced a pretty cool bus at the end, and it was a lot of fun.
We'll make sure to share that once we know.
Yeah, once we actually know when it's going to air, I'll put a link up probably on my Facebook and possibly Instagram stuff. Do a post on it. That way, everyone who follows me can find that out. I guess once I know, I'll let you know
We'll
as well
know,
or whatever. Yeah.
We'll share it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, we got all this.
We
Look
got
at
it
you're
back.
getting good ones here.
Shoot. Are we still going?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where do you wanna go?
let's do
Go
like
for it.
4 more questions or
All
something.
right, go for it. Which one do you want to pick first?
Oh my gosh. How low and how high of clearance have you seen in practice, and what do you guys recommend? Thought about removing my bottom steps. Well, we were just talking about how high to go on a roof raise this morning.
Yeah,
we
we
were.
were.
Less is more.
Absolutely.
I only raised my roof 8 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I on these full size buses, I really think about that 12 to 15 inch mark is about right. There is consideration to take some of these buses are a little higher than others from the factory.
Yep.
So like a 12-inch raise might
Right.
be equivalent to a 15-inch raise,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. So 12 to 15 is about right. I know I standardized mine at 20 inches, and that was only because I could use a 4-foot sheet in its total width of 4 foot right on my bus, and that's why I went 20 inches. And I think so many people have followed that for some reason, thinking that's kind of the standard. But
I did 20 inches on my first bus too.
yeah, and I think I don't know. They become a huge sail in the wind, for sure, and they become top heavy, especially if you're getting upper cabinetry and all that stuff up higher.
Solar panels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and solar panels up there. You put a lot of weight up there, and around corners and stuff. That's a risky
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You'll flip a bus over.
Easy.
Their suspension isn't like. How can I word this? I don't think it's as beefy as like a big rig.
No,
And,
it's not.
And they have tandem axles in the back as well, so there's double stability on the
Mhm.
turns and stuff that they're getting. And these buses are really topsy-turvy,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
So the higher you go, the more risk you have of rolling a bus. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the lower the better, honestly.
Yeah.
And really, 12 to 15 is about right, even for 6'5" people.
Yeah,
You know.
like I'm doing the bus I'm about to build for myself. I'm just doing a 12-inch raise, and that's a 27-foot bus.
Yeah, length is a factor as well.
Yeah, the longer you go, I feel like it's a little safer to go high.
Yeah, your wheelbase is a big factor in that as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and then underneath, I mean, usually when we're installing tanks and stuff, we just try to stay higher than what's already there. So I don't know. That's just kind of my rule of thumb.
Right.
But I don't know. We got some low-hanging fruit on this bus over here.
You really do.
But
their question is about ground clearance.
yeah, for ground clearance, I mean, I think this bus, though, still at its lowest point, still has 14 inches of ground clearance once it's all aired up.
And that's a dog nose bus too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog noses usually sit a little higher, it seems like. And this bus also has a really short skirt, the metal part that extends below the floor.
Yeah.
This
It is
one's
real
only
short.
like maybe a foot long, and we've got another Thomas out here. This is a Thomas. We got another Thomas, and it's like, I think it's like close to 20 inches.
Well,
So
big difference.
big difference.
And consider wheelbase as well. The longer your wheelbase,
Yeah.
the less, or the you don't want to go lower on that, of
Yeah.
course, because then you can drag over things. If you got a shorter wheelbase, you could possibly go a little bit lower, but
Totally.
yeah.
Oh, what's your favorite bus conversion detail or bus conversion pet peeve you see folks attempt?
Oh,
That's a good one. Wes, what do you got one?
got a pet
I
peeve?
mean, I can go off.
I know you can. Just record this for you.
Yeah, let me get out my soapbox. Where is that thing?
People love the soapbox.
Lately, the things I see people talk about attempting, saying it's the right way to do it, and they never do it, is running all their wiring in conduit. That's just crazy
You
to me.
talked on that, yeah.
Like, I'm really not a fan of it. But if you want to do it, be my guest. It's just we don't do it, and I don't think it really serves much of a purpose.
Yeah. So it sure doesn't hurt, but
It's
no
not
real-
gonna hurt.
No
Well,
real reason.
it might hurt your brain. Like it might make your life kind of hard. I also see, and I'm all about natural and organic stuff, but I see people really using the sheep's wool insulation, and it just kind of worries me because they claim it manages moisture and stuff. But you know, I've worked on Bluebird Wander lodges from the early '80s that were spray foamed, and I've had those walls open and they're still pristine, and they're still insulating really well. And I think the jury's out on the sheep wool. I'm wearing wool socks right now. You know, I love wool, but those kind of get me. And I'm also not a big fan of convertible beds, like a bed that you have to put away to get to something else.
You're not going to do it as much
You're
as you
not gonna
think.
do it.
You really are not.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah. You think it's a great idea. Oh, I
Yeah.
can move this out of my way, but
Yeah.
then it becomes such a chore to move those out of your way,
Yeah.
and you just end up not moving them out of your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one, and it was a great bed. I was proud of my Murphy bed design, and I got rid of it.
Yeah, did you?
Mm-hmm.
So let's reiterate on the wool. That way
Yeah.
they have a little explanation of why you
Yeah.
think that's not a good idea. And I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
And the problem is we're building in metal boxes rather than wood boxes.
Yeah.
And imagine your brand new little iced tea on a hot day. Your glass condensates like crazy because it's really cold in there.
Right.
So imagine a really hot scenario inside your bus because you're keeping it really warm, a nice winter day,
Taking
and you
a
get all that
shower.
condensation on the inside. You're boiling your water for your coffee or
Yep.
your shower or whatever. It condensates
Things are
like
getting
crazy.
steamy.
So if you don't have a vapor barrier, it's
Yep.
just not your windows that are doing that. It's behind your walls, behind that wool insulation, and all your sheet metal is condensating as well behind your walls. So they say wool is impervious to mold and all that, but when that moisture's trapped, it has nowhere to go, and
Yeah.
it will mold, and you'll get black mold behind there for sure. So there's no vapor barrier that keeps the moisture out, and that's where the real problem lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing can stop rust.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's-
wool isn't going to stop rust.
No, absolutely. So, yeah. Spray foam is a vapor barrier.
Yeah.
It's got like a 33% rigidity factor as well, so
Yeah.
it makes everything super rigid. Like when you push on that brand new roof raised skin, it's a little floppy sometimes, but as soon as it's spray foam, it's like donk, donk, donk.
Yeah, it's so
super
cool.
solid.
Yeah.
It feels like it adds structure to the bus. Like
It does.
Does it?
33% is what I had a guy
Yeah.
that spray foams for us tell me is what
Really?
the rigidity factor of it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And I've also heard, you may know more than me, but at about 1 inch of spray foam, you're about 90% efficient of its R value. And every inch after that, you only gain about 10% efficiency.
It's diminishing returns. The R value per inch is consistent. But if you think of it this way, you go from no R value to 1 inch, which is R7. That's like a huge improvement. To go from R7 to R14, which would be 2 inches, that's only double. And then another inch, it only gets you 50% more. So like,
Okay.
it is diminishing returns.
Okay.
And
So
the guy I talked to said, 2 inches is enough to give you that dew to move the dew point off of the walls and not get condensation.
Okay.
In most climates.
Okay.
So 2 inches is the minimum I suggest, but I say put as much in as you can.
Right.
You know.
Might as well. Yeah.
How about one more?
One more?
Yeah.
One more question. Make it
From
a
yours?
good one.
What do I got?
From any
What do
of
you
them.
got?
Make it a good one.
Great tips. You're welcome.
Oh.
Can confirm. Let's do. Oh yeah, we got someone walking on a bus, and you can feel it when you walk on the roof after it's spray foamed.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does
yeah.
not
It
dent
doesn't,
at all.
yeah, it doesn't dip
That's
down.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vehicle behind us is Alyssa's bus.
Yep.
But that doesn't count as our last question because that was easy.
That was easy.
Yeah.
It's just more about clearance. You got all the same.
Yeah.
All right, one more good question. You guys want to
Yeah,
throw it out there?
just-
Come on. Hit
Give us
us.
a hot take, you know?
Give us.
Tell us we're wrong.
Unless we're
No.
wrong.
See, yeah, bottom steps. Huh?
Okay.
Well,
Do
then
you guys
maybe-
have anything you want to
Gonna wrap
share?
it up? No, I mean, not really. Yeah, just come up here to hang out with these guys for the weekend.
Yeah, this is not Wes's shop. I think some of your people are confused.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this isn't my shop. This is actually Charlie's shop.
Yeah.
Chrome Yellow is what his shop is. And on Instagram, you can look up, what-
Look at that bus.
look at that
Look at that
bus.
bus.
Look at that bus.
Look at that
On
bus.
Instagram, you can follow him. And Regretless
Yep.
for Lyssa's stuff if you guys want to follow her.
Yeah, you can see my video of me getting my roof race done with
Yeah.
Wes.
So this is we did have Alyssa's bus in the
There you
shop
go.
in
There
our
it
shop,
is.
and we did this roof raise on it.
Really cool.
And then she brought it back over here to Charlie's shop to finish up the interior build and all that stuff. And she's making great headway. Go check out her YouTube channel for sure.
Yeah, I got a new video coming out in a couple days.
Yeah.
So you'll
Yeah.
see my ceiling.
Mhm.
It's the ceiling
It's
video.
really cool.
Really cool.
Take a peek in the shop, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, if there's no more real quick
I
questions.
saw a
let's-
good question on mine.
Okay.
What'd you
But
get?
What's
What'd you
got?
get? What'd you get?
Chinese diesel heaters or
Oh, yeah.
propane RV furnace.
Oh.
Well, we're doing the diesel heater at Alyssa's bus.
Yep. Chinese
And-
diesel heater.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do one in my bus.
A diesel heater?
Yeah.
Chinese diesel heater?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to put one in mine so I have another redundant system.
They're just so cheap.
Yeah. I
Buy
got
two.
It's like $130.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you can have a second one so if it messes up or whatever. But I had a diesel heater in my first bus for a whole year and it didn't give me a single problem. And I had it for about a year.
Which is crazy because to get the like name brand one, which is what we're installing in this bus, they're like about $2,000 a piece.
Yeah.
So you could almost install a new Chinese diesel heater every year
Yeah,
for
totally.
10 years.
Yeah.
Good.
Not saying you should, but like, I mean,
Right.
so
They do work well.
they do.
Yeah.
they
We
do.
we
rip.
install them in the little Zeppelins that we've been
Yeah.
building
Oh, yeah.
up, the little short
Man,
buses.
it
built up
gets
for
so
kids.
hot
Yeah,
in my little short
They
bus.
can.
So quick.
such a small space.
Yeah.
But they work wonderfully for sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the furnace?
The propane furnaces, they're like, I got a little old camper with a propane RV furnace.
He loves it.
And I love that camper. It's tiny, but the cool thing about, okay, so here's the only drawback in my view of the diesel heaters. They do have to run to get up to operating temperature regularly. They have to run long enough, or I've heard you can get soot buildup
Yes.
on the burners. And that's an issue in a really small, well-insulated bus because, I mean, I think when we're done with Alyssa's bus, that heater's not going to have to work hard at all to
No.
make that bus cozy. So that might be an issue where she's going to have to keep an eye on it and clean it more regularly. And with an RV furnace,
Absolutely.
you know, they start up and turn off, no problem.
Right.
And they're kind of just tried and true, not the most efficient thing in the world, but they're also pretty cheap
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they work well.
and they work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
A tip for avoiding a clogged diesel heater consistently is just on my last one, I would always just start it on high so it would try to burn off when
That's
you
right,
sit,
yeah.
and then I would end it on high.
Yeah.
So it can get real. Like there were a couple times it was getting real hot, but I just to take care of it, you know.
With
Yeah.
my wood burner in mine, when it gets too hot, I just open the windows, and it's kind of nice having windows with nice, fresh, cool air
Fresh,
coming
cool
in
air, but still
while
feel
you're in the
cozy.
warmth.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's an option as well. If it gets too
Yeah.
dang hot, just open those dang windows up.
Yep. Yep. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, that's ending on a high note.
All
obviously.
right, guys. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and reach out to me if you've got any work. Like I said,
Yeah.
he's not going to be doing too much anymore at his shop. So
Don't reach out to
Sorry.
Charlie.
You reach out, I'll just send you to West. No problem.
okay, yeah, that'll be
Yeah,
great.
there you
It
go.
doesn't matter. I've already done that a few times.
For
so.
sure, yeah. So it's a cool thing. We work with each other doing all this stuff. So
Yeah, cool people in this bus world.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll holler at you later.
Yeah. Bye, guys.